Okay, so far we have covered lots of information for creating a table or a relation. Right? We will cover lots of reserved words we can use for the attributes as well. Besides the creation and job of tables, we can also make some changes to a table or to a relation schema by adding some attributes or deleting some attributes. And in these 2 pages, we will show some examples by updating the schema that we have. So sometimes when you are creating your table in the very beginning, right, you may make some mistakes in creating the tables by adding some extra attributes. So if you want to make some changes, you can either delete the table first and then create a new table, or you can just add some new attributes into the schema, right? So in this page, we will show an example to update a schema by adding a new attribute into the table. So we can do so by writing a SQL code as shown here. We can do so by alter table. It's a reserved word, followed by the table name, and then add. Add is also a reserved word, and followed by a bunch of attributes to be declared as shown here. Right? So in this way, we'll be able to add some attributes into a table. Right? In the bottom, we have an example. Right? So we want to alter the bars table. Bars table is some existing tables. And we want to add one more attribute, the phone number, which doesn't exist right now. So we can do so by alter table bars, the table name, add the reserved word with phone number, the phone, the child 16. So for this attribute, we also declare some default values as well. The default is unlisted. So by typing the code like this, we can update the bars table by adding an extra attribute, the phone number, into it. Once this code is running, and we will have one extra column in the bars table, right? This corresponds to the phone number attributes of the bars. For the existing data which doesn't have a phone number, we also provide a default value, unlisted, into the entries for the data tables. So this is how to update the tables by adding some extra attributes. Besides adding attributes, we can also delete some existing attributes as well. So from the tables, we can do so by typing a code like this. It will be very similar. We have alter table, the reserved words, followed by the table name. And we can use job, some attribute names, and semicolon. In this way, we are able to remove an attribute from a relation schema denoted by the name. We will have an example at the bottom. For instance, we don't really need the license attribute for bars. Then we can delete it from the table, right? We can do so by typing alter table bars job license. License is an existing attribute of the bars table. So by typing the code like this, we will be able to delete this license attribute from the bars table. And the corresponding column in the table will be deleted by default. Right? So this is how to delete an attribute from a table. So let me do a summarization for the table creation, deletion, as well as updating. Before we have covered how to create a table, right? We can do so by create a table with table name and a bunch of attributes. You also need to declare some keys, something like that, right? And foreign keys, something like that. Besides creating a table, we also mentioned how to delete a table, right? We can do so by job table with some table names. We can also update a table by adding or deleting some attributes, right? According to our example, we can type in, we have the alter, right? Table with some table name. Let's use the products as an example, right? And we can add some attributes. Like here, we can add one more attribute. For the products, we have one more attribute in the corner, right? We have child 10, right? We also provide a default value for the corner. Normally, if you are adding some new attributes, you have to specify a default value, because for all the existing data tuples, we don't have this value for this attribute, right? If we can provide a default value, it will be better. So we can say default value is like a black, right? And in this way, we're able to add a new attribute or a new column into the products table. It's a chart 10, denotes a corner, and default value is black. Right? Besides adding attributes, we can also delete some attributes by changing this one to job. Now we can job some other attributes. Now we job the manufacturer. If so, then we're able to job this manufacturer attribute from the table. The corresponding column will be deleted by default. Okay, so these are the 4 main functions we can use for table creation, deletion, and updating. Right? Okay, so far we have covered all the information for the relational model. And in the next week, we will go to the translation. We will translate the ER diagram into relations. We will cover lots of rules we can use for the translation one by one for you. So please go over the ER diagram as well as the relational model, the first part. Make sure you can follow the materials very well. If you have any questions, you can let me know. And I also have a concern for you, right? Because right now we are doing the course in an asynchronous way. I don't have many chance to meet you. My suggestion for you is to make use of the office hours, or my office hours. I have office hour on Monday, right? You know this. If you have any questions, please let me know and go to my office hours. We can have a discussion. If you don't like to go to office hours of mine, you can also see the TAs in their office hours as well. You can also send me emails or send TA emails if you have any questions or concerns. So I very welcome students to ask me questions. Before I receive some questions, I also make some videos to answer these questions. Right? If you have any concerns or questions, please let me know. I hope I can try to resolve your concerns. Also make this course very interesting for you as well. Okay, so thanks for your attention, and that's it for this week's lecture.